That's why I wanted to have Pete Dougherty. He's the Packers beat writer for the Green Bay Press-Gazette to join us here. Pete, thanks for joining us. Is this a story?
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers is a really, really smart guy. He's been around a long time, and he knows how things work and the impact his words have. And, he even dropped that hit last week about his future being, what was it, a beautiful mystery? I don't know if that's what he said, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So he knew exactly, what he was doing. And there's some kind of message here. What I'm not sure about, and I'm sure we'll get into, is what the message is. But, I think it's a story.
But what does he want? Does he want money, renegotiate? Does he want out? Is he just sort of, hey, you didn't get me any help here during the draft? Or help me understand this, Pete.
Yeah, I know that. I don't think it's money. They just redid his contract at 2018. In 2018, they did it a couple years early. So I don't think it's that. It could be that he just wants to make him squirm. They made him squirm last year, and he might just be wanting to make them squirm and, see how they like it. It could be, as Michael Silver wrote, I don't know if you saw that, but it could be that he wants them to be more aggressive than they've been in adding players and going all in. I think that's, a dangerous road to head down. Look at the New Orleans Saints. But anyway, that could be his thinking, that he's trying to force their hand there and just go all in for his last year or two with the team, or 3, whatever it would end up being. Or it could be that he legitimately wants out. I think that's by far the least likely, but it can't just completely dismiss it.
The blame game always happens. It doesn't have to wait too long after a game for the blame game. So where the finger's being pointed at whom in Lambeau?
After the game, I pointed it at the offense, at LaFleur and, Rodgers, those two guys running it, even though other people, their stars all made huge mistakes. Devontae Adams drops a touchdown pass. That cost them 4 points. Aaron Jones, one of the, 5 or 6 running backs in the league, has a huge fumble that hands him a touchdown. So there's another 7. So, the offense had all the opportunities in the world to win this game. And, they got the ball twice with 20 or in the fourth quarter, down 5, great chance to win the game. And they didn't do it. Both times they went 3 and out. So I think it was mostly the offense, just also including that horrendous play at the end of the second quarter. I mean, why you're not in 2 deep safeties, that will never make any sense.
Let's go back to 4th and goal, 2 minutes to go, and they decide they're going to go for the field goal. I had Chris Collinsworth on yesterday, and he said most quarterbacks know if it's going to be a 2-down territory. It's 3rd and 4th down. Aaron seemed a little surprised that LaFleur sent the field goal unit in, so I'm assuming they did not have a what-if scenario here. But, who do we hold accountable for what happened there? And did you agree with what the Packers did?
No, disagreed with it. I've seen all the analytics, and there's, even the analytics disagree. There's all these independent services. I've seen 3 or 4 of them. One of them basically said it was a wash. One of them said that it was probably the right call by a couple percentage points. Another one said it was the wrong call. So, but I just thought it was the wrong call because either way you need a stop. So try to get the points there and then. And Rodgers said that, and LaFleur both said that, LaFleur called in a play and Rodgers wanted to do something else. And LaFleur said, go ahead, gave him a signal, go ahead and do it. And, but Rodgers did not know. That was a communication failure. Rodgers didn't know that they weren't going to go for it on 4th down. And really, I don't blame him for assuming that they were going to go for it, because as I was sitting there as it happened, I was stunned when they sent out the field goal unit. I don't know what you thought, but I was.
Well, I thought I would have had a different approach if it's 4-down territory. I would have run the ball. I would have mixed up something other than going for touchdowns. And I think the worst case scenario is you give the ball to the Buccaneers at the 8-7 yard line, and then you try to stop Brady there. You still need a touchdown. I have Aaron Rodgers and a chance to score a touchdown to take the lead and then try to stop Tom Brady. I don't want to give the ball back. I'm not giving the ball back to Jameis Winston. I'm giving the ball back to Tom Brady. And that, to me, compounded the mistake of kick the field goal, then give Tom the ball. They don't have analytics for Brady, Pete.
No, and I think you hit on something really important there, because I think it was either 2:20 or 2:10 left when they were at the 8. So they had a lot of time to run their normal offense. They could have run the ball if they wanted to. They could have run it 3 times. They had the 2-minute warning. Plus, as you said, you don't want to give the ball back to Brady with all this time left. Now, they had to be a little careful there, because if you don't get the 2-point conversion, then you need the ball back again. So you got to leave a little time, but you don't want to leave Tom Brady with 2 minutes. And their whole offense, the whole reason that they're the number 1 scoring offense this year is how effective their running game was and how everything played off that. And Rodgers was just lethal in play action. And they didn't run the ball once on those first 3 plays. That would have been the perfect time.
Yeah.
On one of those first two downs to run the ball, and they didn't. I think they got it in the fourth quarter. The game was right there for them, and they got away from their identity, and they became a drop back team. They looked like the McCarthy teams in the last few years, where it was Aaron drop back and run around and make a play.
Yeah, I got to have the ball in the best player's hands. I just have to. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever to go, hey, we're going to let Tom Brady have the ball, and I'm going to count on my defense to shut him down. I don't like those odds at all, and I still got to score a touchdown. But you only have 7 months to kind of think about this, Pete. I can't imagine. That winter has gotten a little bit longer there, and, man, next season can't come early enough.
I'm gonna have to address this in a column later this week, and I can already tell you what the first line's gonna be, and it's gonna be the circus is back in town, because this is in its own different way. This is Brett Favre talking about retirement and all that stuff all over again.
Oh boy. Well, Aaron won't end up in Minnesota, though.
Well, you never know. I still find it hard to believe he won't be the Packers quarterback next year. But I didn't think Favre would end up in Minnesota, but he got out of the Jets quick enough. So who knows?
I'm going to book you for August, Pete, so I can have you back on, and then we could talk about, was this a story, or is the circus truly back in town? But thanks for joining us, and we appreciate your time, Pete.
Oh, thank you for having me, Dan.
That's Pete Dougherty, the Green Bay Press-Gazette